Welcome back to the Bearded Hermit. These last 2 weeks have been busy. I used my bandsaw to cut 6x6 posts to make a nice slope on the A-frame roof, and then I installed them. A friend of mine visits and helps clean up some trees. And I put up all the 2x4s on the roof line to get ready for roofing steel. I'm sharpening my chainsaw here to start this project. Last time I used it, the chain was noticeably dull and didn't want to cut. Here, I'm cutting these leftover posts to 4 feet long and make the same 28-degree cut on the ends to match the roof line. I've put up the old greenhouse door to keep Con inside the workshop. He's still a city dog and will run away any chance he gets. I clean up a bit and start to set up the bandsaw to rip these 6x6 down in half. I drew a line from opposite corners, rip them in half, and make 2 pieces out of one. I load up all the pieces and drive them down to the A-frame. Getting them up to where they go is a process, but it needs to get done. Some of the bottom of these will be seen in the finished house, so it's important that they are made of the same 6x6 pine that the rest of the house is made from. They go up pretty easy with a few construction screws. In the winter, the snow will sit up here, but only being 4 feet wide, that extra weight will not hurt anything. These last 2 are green wood, since they're out in the weather under the porch roof.
And that is all done. I added some 6x6 posts to the top of the A-frame trusses that I cut on a diagonal, so that gives it a 5-inch rise, 5.5-inch rise on one side, and then down to nothing on the other. So over a span of 4 feet, that's plenty to make the rain run off the top roof. And I got them all the way down all 9 trusses all the way down. So looks like it's gonna maybe rain this afternoon, so I should probably pack it up, but we'll see.
After checking the weather, the rain was a few hours away, so I loaded up some 2x4s and brought them down to the build site and hauled them up to the second floor. The next morning, we had a windstorm, and boy were the trees whipping around. I have to be honest, I should not have been up there on that ladder. I ran just one row of 2x4s down the roof line and called it quits.
Boy, I gotta tell you, it is windy today. It's not very safe to be up here, so I think I'm gonna go in for a while.
A good friend of mine came up to visit for the weekend. A few trees blew down in that windstorm, so I recruited him to help me out. He came up to check out my progress on the A-frame and to catch up on old times. I had not seen him in over a year since I moved up here. We get to cutting the trees up and loading all the brush in the tractor to be dumped in a trash pile. We save all the trunks of the spruce tree for firewood. I'm sure my friend did not intend on cleaning up trees this weekend, but hey, if you can't take advantage of friends, who can you take advantage of? A few days later, the wind died down, and it got a bit warmer, so I'm back on the cabin build. In the middle of the roof, the stovepipe will fit between one of these rectangles created from running these 2x4s. I start putting up the last 2 rows of 2x4s on the top and bring up another load of 2x4s to finish up the north roof line. When you're out on a construction site alone, you have lots of time to let your mind wander. I started to think back to the planning stage of this A-frame. It was just a dream. And I remember thinking, should I even do this? Boy, it's a lot of work. Getting to the point of starting the roof seemed so far off, but here we are. I'm so happy I made the decision to build this cabin, to make something on my own that I will enjoy the rest of my life. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of work ahead, but the framework of the A-frame is done, and soon the roof will be on. This project is really starting to look like something. Most of the work ahead will be on the inside, out of the sun, out of the cold and snow. My plans for the future are to get the roofing steel on, finish building and covering the walls, buying and installing the doors and windows, and getting the cabin dried in. And of course, getting a wood-burning stove installed before it gets cold.
Well, my battery died on my drill. I need to get some more screws, get some charged batteries, and then back at it. I'm at the end of the house here, and I'm going to be taking down these frameworks. I use these to put up all the A-frames on the house. They really did their job. They held up these heavy 6x6s. When I built them, I wasn't quite sure that they'd work. But they worked really good. They gave me just the right angle to lay up my A-frame posts. 9 sets on the bottom, 9 sets on the top. I was able to lift everything on my own using these as crutches. Screw everything together, level everything out, use them to put up the A-frames one by one and just keep on moving down. And now they're just getting tossed over the edge. Kind of sad, but I might take them apart and try to reuse some of the 2x4s in them, but they got kind of beat up.
And now the A-frame is ready for steel roofing. I have a few small details to finish, and I want to build stairs off the front deck since the steel will cover the hole I've been crawling through. Stairs will be so nice. This is the end of the video. As always, please stay safe out there, and remember, life can be good sometimes.